shit. Hello everybody and welcome back. We are back in the shed and we are going to build a 2J bottom end. It's a bit of a race for time now, so I've got 13 days to have this engine back in the Corolla and running, driving, done, finished on the trailer because we're going drifting next weekend. So I'm working between now and then, so I have 6 days to get it done. Hopefully I've got all the parts for it, like going off the measuring that I did the other day. Everything's still standard bearings and stuff. So we have some parts here. Bearings and some seals and head gasket. So that stuff's from Sleeker Spares. And that stuff is from Golby's. All right, sit tight. Let's put this together, and hopefully we don't run into any hurdles. So don't do this at home, ladies and gentlemen, because it says right there not to do it. I'm going to do it because I can. There's not much pressure on this anyway, but don't use 3-jaw puller like I am doing. This is not the correct way to do it. There we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so once again, this next piece, some heat and not a 3-jaw puller. I'm going to use a 3-jaw puller. While it's off though, I'm probably going to make a template so I can make up a new puller for it for next time, because I do have one but it was misplaced. One of the events I went to got misplaced. So yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so once again, the idea of the heat gun is to, you want to heat up this hub from the balancer, but not the snout of the crank. So you want to make sure you're staying on the outside of it basically. So you're trying to heat this metal up and not the snout of the crank, because this will expand then and the snout of the crank will be the same size. It might get a little bit of heat into it, but not as much as this, and then you'll, yeah, with that little bit of expansion, it will pull off, hopefully. Oh yeah, that was tight. Ooh. Very tight, very tight. Yes, it's off. Just VHT, engine in them. I'm not going overboard taping anything up, because I will clean everything up afterwards with a like with a blade or whatever. Disclaimer time. I'm not an engine builder, okay? And this is not how you prepare a block for forged pistons and rings. So if anybody else is doing this, you should be getting a machine shop to hone the block, because the block needs a certain hone, like a certain crosshatch for these rings to seal up properly. So I'm really just taking a chance that I've done a good enough job on the bores with a hand hone on the drill to get it to seal up. So like I said, I'm taking a chance, but please don't do it yourself if you can avoid it. I'm running out of time, that's why I'm doing it. Same thing, I also face the block by hand. Just one sec. And when I say by hand, I mean I cleaned it up with some sandpaper, which you shouldn't do like this. Because it feels quite good, to be honest. So I've checked the block for squareness with a straight edge basically between here and here. And then you see if you can fit where you can fit a feeler gauge under it, and it's spot on actually somehow. Same thing, you do it from here to here, here to here, and then across the block in a few places just to see what it looks like. It's like, yeah, straight edge feeler gauges. And yeah, this block looked all right. Same thing, the bores come up pretty good. Well, really good actually for just a hand tone. Once again though, don't do it at home, because this is not how you do it. Seem to be just teaching everybody the wrong things. Don't do things like this. Yeah, so let's see how this goes. I've torqued the main caps on the crank / block. I have plastic gauge. So I measured this out before. I measured about an average, say, of 0.03 of a millimeter oil clearance. So this one here was, about that, and same thing with this one. So you can see the plastic gauge there that I've already put in, torqued it down. Now I've backed it off. So we want to line up to see which one, just to double check. So it's probably halfway between 0.025 and 0.038. So pretty much smack bang on what I measured. I'm still going to check this one. That's the last one to go. Then it will be back them off again and re-torque them down. So these bolts they're not reusable, but as everything, got to be a little bit dodgy. So I'm reusing them. Next step done. Everything's torqued, so if you're going to attempt to do this, you definitely want some form of manual. These are pretty good because you can find the manuals for these online. It'll give you the torque sequences for everything and the torques that you want, obviously oil clearances, etc. So I've written the oil clearances down for the main and rod bearings. But yeah, like I said, so I measured all the rod bearings, but I double checked them all with plastic gauge. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to film it, I'm just going to time lapse it, but I'm going to do the same thing with the rod bearings. I'm going to, just double check all them. I have actually already checked them, but in case something's changed, I wasn't sure, so I'm just going to go through and double check them all. They are ARP bolts, so they are like on the rods, so I have no problems reusing them. But as you can see, this stage all looks good. Next step, rods and pistons. short blocks together. New head gasket, reused head studs. But as you can see, kind of pretty good. Old and new. I'm not sure if I went over the parts I used on the bottom end, the pistons and that, so I just used CP pistons, 10:1 compression, which is the same as 2J non-turbo standard, I think, pretty sure. And then just some spool rods, ACL bearings, and yeah, all standard size, everything basically. So also just cleaned up the head and wait for that to dry and we'll put that together. One complete, 1.5 JZ, long motor. So we've finished assembling the majority of the motor. Sump is on as much as, so basically from here is when I'll put it in the car, and then I'll put the rest of the sump on in the car. I'm missing a few bits still. Some are in the post, and the others I'm about to jump in the car and head down to Sleeker Spares. I need to pick up some spark plugs, probably 2 sets, oil filters, 2 of, run-in oil, normal engine oil. I need a fitting, the oil feed for the turbo and the oil pressure switch is different on this block because this is a 2JZ VVTi block, whereas the other block that I was using was a non-VVTi, so they got different fittings, so I just need to get the right one for that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. So next episode we will be putting the remainder of this together. I'm waiting on the turbo, so that's come from USA. I ordered that last week. Hopefully, fingers crossed that's going to get here in time. But yeah, we are going drifting next Saturday at JDMX Park. So I'm in a big rush to get this done by then. So this video will go up probably Friday or Saturday. I'll see how I go with editing. And yeah, so like I said, next episode, this will be going in the car, and the next episode, this has to be running. So the next episode will be out after this one will be out next Friday at the latest. Yeah, with a running, driving car, hopefully. I'm running the gauntlet on this one. I'm not getting it, not chucking it on the dyno to run it in. I'm going to so I'll put running oil in it. I'll put a few heat cycles through it, just on the hoist here at home, and then I'll take it to the track and I'll do half an hour at the track, not driving it hard, just loading it up and stuff, and then I'll drop the oil at the track and put normal engine oil in it, and then we'll go for gold. So hopefully we'll be right. I do need to pick up my injector still. I do have to do a few errands. I have to go get fuel, E85. There's no E85 near me or anywhere between here and JDMX Park for next week, so I've got to do that. And yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you're enjoying this, if you're if I can do anything different. I am working on my editing and video skills, so hopefully we're getting there. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.